about like picking him as a counter anymore. Like they just first phase this guy. I remember the days when you only saw a Timbersaw as a 5th pick whenever there was a melee strength hero on the other team and they couldn't lane them anywhere other than the safe lane. There was so many prerequisites, and someone one day just went, wait a minute, Timbersaw's a good hero. Like he's just straight up good.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure if he's that good anymore. I feel like previously people picked him early because he countered a lot of the 5-man group up or like brawling meta where people sort of just bought like these Vladimirs and mechs and all these like pipes and stuff, and Timbersaw pretty much does pure damage, and he just goes through all those aura items.
Yeah.
But now it's like those items are not like the biggest flavors, obviously, and I definitely seen the huge decline in Timbersaw like over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. He's been less and less picked as time's gone on. But now Nova, they're going to take a leaf out of Nigma's book, and they're going to go for this Ursa themselves here. Is it a good Ursa game?
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as he's fighting up against Timber, the disables are only like Rubik. I guess Oracle's second skill is kind of annoying. Well, I wouldn't say it's a good Ursa game, but I would say that he has a purpose in this game, and that's to try and deal with the Timbersaw. That's essentially why they picked him in this situation. And maybe, like you said, he might have been an influential pick, because influenced by watching Nigma in the previous game. A lot of these pro teams, they tend to watch the games beforehand, and sometimes that can like kind of affect some of the decisions that they make and things like that. And obviously they were just watching the Division 1, some teams that are better than them play, and they think that, Ursa is being played by them, I guess we can do it too.
For sure. Or maybe just one of them's a really big Weeha fan.
Well, I don't know about that one. Weeha did not have the most optimal Ursa game. I would definitely say that. But,
it was wild. It was wild. I think he played it very true to character, though. Bears, known for kind of just running at people. They don't really care about anybody, and maybe don't die as much in real life as Weeha did in that game. But, they won, so clearly what he was doing was working. Now, PL is going to come out for Team Unique as their 4th pick here. Seems decent enough. I mean, they don't have a whole load of wave clear for this PL in the late game. He could become a real issue.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's super annoying, especially the diffusal mana burn going out onto the Ursa and the Weaver, the Chum Protector as well. He can just manta off the Overgrowth. This hero just counters like all of Nova's draft, and even Disruptor normally has a very hard time trying to pin down the Phantom Lancer. He can just doppel the Glimpse. He can doppel the Thunderstrike, so he loses vision. There's so many things that this Phantom Lancer can do in this game, and I would assume that with the Timber being picked in this on their side, he's going to create a lot of chaos on the map where the Ursa has to be occupied in chasing this Timber around. So this Phantom Lancer is going to get that free opening to like just farm as freely as he wishes, right? So that's going to be very nice for him this game. Now this mid hero is going to be probably have to be some kind of space maker, because this Phantom Lancer and Timber are going to absorb a lot of farm on them.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
remaining.
that's true. They definitely don't want to get too greedy with this one. And I'm interested to see what Nova are going to pick up as well, because they've got to come up with something which not only deals with this Phantom Lancer, but also kind of gives their team like a real punchy. They don't have much tower push. And on this Ursa and Weaver, right? Yeah, hit me up.
Nova's going to pick Shadow Fiend. It doesn't matter what Team Unique
I was thinking along the same routes.
Unless Team Unique picks Shadow Fiend right now.
Yeah, true. In which case they'll pick TA, because it's a CIS region.
Let's see what it is. But I think they need something like a puck, maybe, like just some kind of disable here.
Oh! There it goes. Team Unique, they'll take it. Let's see. If they pick TA now, then we're just like straight up the best casters. Like that's it. We're done. Yeah, if that happens. But I don't feel like it does them enough, though. I still feel like you need some kind of lockdown steal with the PL.
TA.
It'll be pretty bad.
I don't feel like they're going to pick, I think they could pick puck. I think they could pick puck here.
Yeah, I like puck or Leshrac maybe.
Oh my god.
So good, dude.
Oh my god.
I know this region way too well. Holy.
This is CIS. Oh my god.
This is my home. This is my home. Jesus Christ. Yeah. TA gonna come out for Lorinov, and it's the if anybody watches Tier 2 CIS, Shadow Fiend versus Templar Assassin. We see it a lot, and it's gonna go down, and it's actually pretty goddamn boring. I mean, they're gonna push out the lanes. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. They're gonna jungle. They're just gonna have a gentleman's agreement. Yeah.
All right, but to be honest, though, this T is like he's like a really good hero in the current patch, I would say. And honestly, like I can see how Team Unique have some issues with farm distribution because they have 3 very heavy cores.
Yeah.
Whereas Nova is completely happy with just running at you.
Yeah.
At some time in the game.
Agreed.
So
I mean, once
at
you
10 minutes, right?
Once you hit that blink deso timing on the TA, and as long as you have like something on the Weaver and Ursa, I can really see Nova just running at Team Unique in this game.
Exactly. I think between 12 minutes and 18 minutes is going to be the window of Nova to try and completely take over this game. Now, after, what did I say? 12 minutes, 18 minutes? Yeah, okay. So after 20 minutes, so somewhere between 20 and 23 is when Phantom Lancer finishes Diffusal and Manta.
Yeah.
If this Phantom Lancer gets to that point without Nova punishing them, I can't imagine Team like Nova standing a chance after that. Because this Phantom Lancer is pretty much going to be unstoppable after that.
Yeah, this is a race against the clock if ever we've seen one. And a little bit of insider information, by the way. Team Unique is actually the parent team of this organization, and Nova is like the secondary team. So they both belong to the same org, and this is essentially the same as like OG Seed versus OG, or VPP versus VP, right? So it's very much on the same wavelength of those games. So these guys should probably know each other pretty well. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see how they play into each other. As I said, mid lane's going to be really boring. We'll look towards the side lane. So firstly, looking towards the Ursa Disruptor lane, I imagine it's going to be. Though Locus is walking up to top along with the Treant. Okay, so they're going to send 3 up top. How do you think these side lanes are going to go, Thebes?
Well, let me take a look here. I think they're just going top first to try and secure the bounty rune. And Disruptor is just going to go bottom and lane with the Ursa. And now that I see the Timber also going to the off lane, matching up against the Ursa, I think Nova is going to have the advantage in this lane. Unless they get completely outplayed by this Rubik Timber, which is... it's possible. I've seen it happen before. So we'll see how that goes. My biggest interest is going to come down to definitely this mid lane this game, though. Like... I am so hyped to watch Lorinov play. This guy, in the 2 games we've watched, he absolutely destroyed. I think he was like 30-1 or something in the 2 games that he played, that we watched him in, like combined.
Yeah.
Right?
He absolutely wiped the floor. Was it Team Empire Hope they destroyed, or was it the other team?
It wasn't Team Empire Hope. It was.
Then it would have been.
Strike or something. It was one of the CIS teams. I just.
No.
Listen, the only thing that was memorable was Lorinov. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they just dominated up thoughts. It was Cyber Legacy. That was it.
Right. Cyber Legacy. Exactly. There you go. I'm so sorry, Windstrike. I did not mean to name drop you guys. You guys were not bad. You guys are great. It was definitely Cyber Legacy. They were up against.
I mean, these guys are the top team in Cyber Legacy are the top team in the region. So clearly, there is potential in this Nova team. If they're able to take down the top dogs, anything can happen here. And well, they're getting a bit of deforestation going in on the top lane, and just see he's gonna have to walk himself away, dropping down the Nature's Guys though, and that makes it really hard to continue chasing down this tree. So he's gonna plonk himself away. Meanwhile, over in the middle lane 19 Teen and Lorinov gonna have some fun against each other. I've actually been told many times not to say 19 Teen, which, I mean, if you want to be called 19, I'd say name yourself 19. If you want to be called 19 Teen, probably name yourself 19 Teen, which he has. I don't know. Yeah.
What if someone is called Def Not Joe? Would you call them Def Not Joe or just Joe?
I probably mixed it up a bit. Sometimes throwing Death Note, sometimes throwing Death Note Joe. If he does something amazing, he gets the full name drop. You get the full title.
Gotcha. It looks like, honestly, both of these side lanes are going to have a lot of action involved. Because this Weaver and Tree are going to try and kill the Oracle top, and the bottom lane, this Timber is going to always try to escape from the Ursa, but at some point, he's going to get glimpsed back, and he will die. Unless, Space doesn't eat his tangles like a good boy should. Eat your veggies, boy.
Eat up. Get that regen, son. It's good for you.
Exactly. Because that's pretty much how most of these laners die, is because they don't either, heal up, or they don't use their flask or something like that, or tango up when they should.
Yeah. Yeah, always have that regen over everything. You might want that bracer as a support, but you know, sometimes just the right players to go for the regen. As Space just like, hey, you know what? I don't want that creep. Don't want it. We're starting to hit some level 2s now, so I imagine the action's going to come out shortly. But they've paused so that you can make your points even. There we go.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that our boy Lornoff is getting absolutely dumpstered in the mid lane right now, by the way.
Oh no, this isn't on the script.
Annihilated in the first 2 waves. This Shadow Fiend had full souls. When I looked at him, I was like, and he killed his ward. He also killed the TA's ward.
Full domination. Oh no.
Yeah. Things are looking real rough out here for TA, and you know that the early levels matter so much. And also, the Shadow Fiend already has a flask ready to go, so you know that he's not going to be in any danger of dying.
Deny hit. Oh, he doesn't get it. Oh god. Yeah, Tina's he's giving him the real rub and tub right now. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Space needs to be careful. But yeah, as you say, mid as well. Lorinov, he's got those 3 stacks of Shadow Rays upon him, but there's no mana on the side of the Shadow Fiend. And Lorinov actually getting a decent amount of damage up onto him with the side blades, but has to be careful because he's going to hit that Rays timing any time now. And Lorinov just wants to use the opportunity to get that salve out, get himself a bit of HP, and try and wrestle his way back into this lane as Teen does miss that CS up the hill. Pretty unfortunate, but Lorinov does the exact same thing. So. All's good.
Yeah, things are looking very interesting there in the mid lane. Surprisingly, the Ursa isn't actually doing too hot in this bottom lane. I guess, like I said, the Disruptor, it doesn't really do that much against the Timber in the laning, but definitely later into the game, that's the power of the Disruptor versus the Timber. I personally like heroes like Witch Doctor more, especially in the laning, because like you can use that Maledict on him, and throughout the game, it's going to be a very good source of damage to kill a Timber with as well.
Yeah, if you can get through those defenses, those reactive armor stacks, then anything which can allow you to do that is feeling pretty good. I mean, on the mid lane, 19 getting really, really low to Lorinov here. Has to keep his distance, actually, as the side blade hits start coming on through, and this might be enough to drag Lorinov back to this lane, as he does not have a salve on him right now. It's a long way off. They'll still get the range creep at the very least.
Surprisingly, Lorinov making a huge comeback into this lane, and I think one of the issues was that 19 didn't buy the flask fast enough. The moment the courier goes back to your fountain, you gotta start shipping them flask once again if you want to keep up that momentum, especially if you're playing very aggressively onto the TA. But here he gets a double damage. Oh no. My goodness, he's the bane of every mid laner.
I don't know, what's worse, double damage or regen?
Oh, DD.
Yeah.
Regen, you can deal with that. Okay.
Oh, bottom lane. My bad. We got our first blood down in the bottom lane. At last, it finally comes in the side lanes. And BTZ, he's not relaxing versus Space here. But Space, he's got a couple of stacks off on him and inside the kinetic field. But he can timber chain himself out, get himself away. And it will just be the 1 kill down in the bottom lane for Nova. But yeah,
and Ursa finally got the boots and level 3. So the Rubik really had no opportunity to run away from that. He's only... he doesn't even have boots yet, actually, on this Rubik, so he should be careful.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself away, Space, but there's actually no chase here. But meanwhile, up in the top lane, Pion able to run down Zitrax and now going on to Vanscore as well. Will they be able to get him under the tower? Doesn't look like it. It's going to be okay for the Oracle, but still losing their PL here. And Nova are making big moves across this map right now. This middle lane going much better than it was before. Lorinov with some nice side blade usage to drag himself back into this mid. And a kill down at bottom and top going to make this a very nice laning phase so far for Nova.
Yeah, I mean, the Phantom Lancer dying in this lane, I definitely did not expect that. I would have definitely thought that Oracle would be the one getting gone on. So...
Oh, glimpse in the bottom lane. Yeah, this is Rubik in some trouble. Can they finish the job, though? And actually, Space is still trying to go on to... Oh, he's getting zoned out by BTZ. He could get brought down here. Is there enough mana? There is a Timber Chain, but no trees to come to. Meanwhile, Lucian's getting bullied by Low-Keys here. He's trying to finish the job. The right clicks, are they there? Asa jumps in for it, and there's nothing BTZ can do to punish. Space, got to keep his distance here. Timbersaw does have a Timber Chain and gets it off. Space here, he's jumping around. He's got the Earthshock to try and get himself away, but BTZ gonna to connect the timber chain, but goes too far south.
One more
Space
second.
goes. He's just playing where there's no trees. They're juking him out perfectly here. BZZ so frustrated that he can't get anything done. Space coming back in. Does he want to let these Fury Swipes reset? He doesn't, but at the same time, jumping back in here could be a bit suicidal. Still baiting him for such a long time, but at the same time, I mean, this isn't Ursa not getting CS whilst he plays Catch the Ursa with the Timbersaw, so you got to kind of think of that as well. And he comes back to lane, immediately gets fade bolted. Meanwhile, BZZ still playing with the creeps, with low keys. They're pinging him again. Really good. I mean, I don't think this is working.
He's gonna die.
You reckon? He's got a timber chain, gets himself back. South comes out.
Okay, he's good.
Don't think it's happening,
But
dude.
this is like huge waste of time though for both of these cores actually. Nobody's farming. They're both level 4. Imagine 7 minutes in, the 2 cores in the lanes are only level 4.
It's some shenanigans, that's for sure. And you might be like, oh yeah, you know, he's not getting anything, I'm not getting anything. We kind of might be close to getting a kill, so you can justify it. But in the greater scheme of things, you're missing out on a lot more than just that. And again, he's coming down here. He really doesn't want BZD to just take these creeps. But meanwhile, there's just creep after creep dying under the tower as Ursa just chases this guy around. I mean, it's like a bull to a red flag at this point. Space just continuously trying to get on top of BZZ here, but Illusion's going to be able to control him up, and Timbersaw just trying to get himself away. But Loki's coming in. He's got the glimpse. He's got to get in range though. Illusion actually body blocks him as he walks past, but the glimpse still comes out. Maybe they grab the kill. Yes, they finally do get him down. It took a long ass time, but finally this Ursa gets a kill. Yeah, totally worth it.
Bro, in real lifetime, that was like a 2-year-long mission right there.
Yeah, they planted the seeds.
They've accomplished it. They did it. They got that Timbersaw.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and now there's Ursa.
We got him. Meanwhile, Vanscore having some Weaver problems up in the top lane as him and Thuschi gonna chase him down pretty easily here. Sakuchi through will finish the job, and that is a dead Oracle.
Yeah, we should probably mention that in this game, the only disables they have against this Weaver is a Rubik lift as well. So this Weaver having such a good game is going to be very problematic as well for Unique in this game.
Damage coming down into Zitrax here in the top lane. I mean, they've got the Oracle coming in, so they can't finish the job here. But just getting inside that Nature's Grasp when he doesn't have the Doppelganger up is just really, really punishing. That's doing a lot of damage to this Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, I guess Shadow Fiend Requiem can also stun the Weaver, right? Like the fear, just kind of nice.
Yeah, true. An underrated factor of the Shadow Fiend right now is that fear. Does so much work.
Right.
Walk back the Yules.
As of right now, bottom again. Space. Yeah. Why is Space always have like 200 HP every time you look at the bottom lane?
This man doesn't
like his health. Yeah, this man does not eat veggies.
He doesn't. He's anti-regen. He's like, I got a tree in the game. I don't need to buy any regen. He's going on to BZZ right now, but BZZ just going to cut across him with that timber chain, and not much they can do after he gets himself out like that. Meanwhile, in the top lane, yeah, they get themselves the timber. John will be okay. Unlikely the Zitrax can get this kill, but still, bringing down the tree. And that's actually the first kill which Team Unique have had this game, by the way. Meanwhile, TA and Shadow Fiend, I mean, these guys have just been jungling their heads off right now, but 19 is down in the bottom lane. Do they have the vision is the question right now. The answer is no. But they're going to see him in a second.
What they do on the left side, they're going to see him in like 3 seconds. Oh, no, he doesn't walk into the vision.
He skims it, but now they see him, and now Space could be in some trouble. He's trying to get himself to the trees, and the Rays will catch him. A nice rotation from 19, securing that kill and getting themselves that Ursa. Finally punishing him for running around with no HP the entire game, but I guess TA can get a couple of CS, try and put some pressure on this tier 1 tower in the middle lane. Always nice to be able to do that.
Too. Meanwhile, top. No, he's not going to go for that. And yeah, Phantom Lancer rotating bottom means like they want to get this tower. Loki is just going to die to Shadow Fiend, who he already knew was there. He could have TP'd out, but thought that probably wants to stay there. Oh, by the way, he ate the jelly. The Disruptor.
Disruptor? Oh, naughty boy. Better hope your teammates don't see that one. You, that's very, very naughty. Meanwhile, mid lane, Lorinov, he's just running up this Rubik right now, under the trap as well. I mean, who has a trap there? Well, Lorinov does, and he gets him a kill. Nicely done.
Nice, that vision. Really paying off.
Haste rune, baby.
And the Trent is like, alright, it's time for me to get some XP down here. Watch this Phantom Lancer farm, and top lane is the opposite. The Ursa has moved to the top lane now to go for the free farm there and try to take a tower there. I'm really interested to see like how they're gonna deal with this PL who's gonna kind of park himself in his bottom lane. He's gonna love farming these Ancients bottom, right? This is one of the reasons why Dire I feel is kind of good in the current patch, just because they get this easy access to the Ancients bottom after they take the tier 1 tower. And Radiant don't have an access to a Ancients anymore.
Yeah, it's much harder for them to get
63.
Yeah, we got it. That's BZZ going down in the top lane to space. The Pugna Master sent to the grave.
Yeah, I mean, the Disruptor was there, the Ursa was there. He tried to glimpse out. Sorry, he tried to chain out, and then the glimpse came. Like, the Timber getting kicked out of the bottom lane in favor of the Phantom Lancer is going to hurt this Timber a lot because his XP this game is extremely low, right? Because he was dual laning and they had like that little dance and stuff like that. So now he has to sit top against an Ursa where Radiant can just collapse behind the tower. It's extremely scary for him. And he's not having a good game, I would say, at the moment.
No, he's certainly not, but you know, we know how these heroes can recover. Meanwhile, they're going to drop the ultimate up in the top lane, trying to go onto BZZ here. Do they have the damage? Look at these TPs just erupting in the top lane space. And if he wants this kill, he needs to get it now, and he's not going to get it in time, and now he gets swiftly destroyed by Team Unique, and they're looking for Lopez as well. Lopez is on the run, getting up to the high ground. 19 still chasing. He's got the yields should he get in range. There should be one dead Disruptor, but a nice kinetic field should hold them back a little bit longer, going for the TP in the trees, and that is nicely done from the Disruptor. It was pinged out, but a little bit too late.
Base. Just like that. I mean, the Timber just couldn't afford to die there, right? The team had to TP to help him. He just died, TP'd out. If he dies again, he doesn't have a TP up. Yep. Things would be completely disastrous. And instead, they do get that Ursa kill, which is extremely valuable. But at the same time, Nova have 3 carries in this game. The Tia and the Weaver, you can also consider them to be carries too. So they were getting all the space in the world and getting absolute free farm. This Weaver is making his way into a Maelstrom already. This is not going to be like a utility Weaver in this game.
Very much the Nigma strats here, the same build which Mind Control went for actually, which is
Unique mid lane.
Interesting. Yeah, they're setting up.
Yep,
if they find Justy, they're probably going to be quite disappointed. They really want this TA.
Oh boy.
Now they see him. They see the right clicks. Lorinov, he knows something's wrong here. He's trying to run away, but unfortunately there's not many places he can go to here. And if he gets caught by that Yules, he's probably going to die. And now Illusion closing the gap. In comes Justy. He's got an ultimate. Should he want to throw it down? But it won't be able to interrupt the ultimate from the Shadow Fiend, and they're just going to rip Lorinov apart. Oh, dearie me. Oh, he didn't actually have mana.
The river?
Oh, he didn't have the mana after using Nature's Grip. Vanskill? Oh, okay, just gets sent back to the bottom lane. Fair enough.
And now the SF feeling a little good here without the TA being alive. Pushes the mid lane. Now he's just going to rotate back top and try to get this Ursa again, maybe. This Ursa obviously has to play very aggressively to pressure the Timber or even to be able to farm, so.
Rubik's trying to be sneaky. Sick meld strike plays. Going for a lift. Space just gonna jump right on him here, but he's gonna meld himself straight up again. And now the damage out onto Locust. Can he finish the job though? Needs a couple more right clicks. Doesn't get caught inside and tries to go for the meld strike, but it's BZZ who will finish the job. And now Ursa gotta keep his distance here. Wants to try and come in and finish the job onto the Rubik, but easier said than done. They seem to be committing a lot. It's just a Rubik, guys. Come on.
He wants to get that guy.
He's fine.
Kyo is not giving it.
What are they doing? It's a Rubik. Like I've seen people do that around a TA before, but they just committed so long, like trying to defend that place where the Rubik was. They're like, oh, we want to kill this goddamn support.
Oh, bottom 2. You got some more action here.
Do we? And it is going to be Zitrax in a bit of trouble. Doppelganger down to the low ground space. He can't follow because he didn't have that Earth Shock. Illusion going to show up as well on the Rubik, but the PL's absolutely fine.
Yeah, he's out. So. You know that Disruptor is getting flamed right now for not having a sentry or a dust on him for whatever reason.
And for eating the jelly as well, yeah. Locust is in his bad books right now. Might not be having some team rearrangements after this tournament. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure. It's... is this kickable, Theban?
I mean, eating a jelly, that's getting pretty close, I'm telling you. If that's happened even once before, that's definitely a kick right there. Eating a jelly is unacceptable by a support.
Agreed. Know your place, trash.
Especially on a position 5.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It was a misclick, guys. The third misclick this week. Lucas, we know your game.
Yeah, definitely cannot have that happening. And it looks like 19 is going for the boosted travel, so he really wants that mobility around the map. I mean, again, there is 3 carries on his map. That means any lane he goes to, he's probably going to find some carry to kill. And that's going to be good for him, because any one of these kills is going to be huge. They all need farm. They all need to hit their BKBs. They all need to be able to, you know, get a lot of items to have usefulness against this Phantom Lancer.
For sure, and it's going to give him the ability to split push really heavily as well, especially with this Yules, which I think is really important when you're playing in a game where you know, this PL is basically going to be a monster at some stage. Meanwhile, BZZ in trouble up in the top lane, misses the Timber Chain, and it's just going to get run down now by Space. Naughty.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Yeah, no, just clearing out
I
those
was like,
is Lorinov good here? He's wandering down, yeah, into this bottom lane, but 19's on top of him here. He's going to drop the ultimate. In come the raises as well. There is no hope for Lorinov here. He's just going to get run down. And Thirsty, he was like trying to help out or something, but just ended up getting killed off as well. Very questionable.
the Shadowfiend pick is so good in this game, and 19 just like pretty much free farm the mid lane, right? Like, he's moved around a lot. Lorinov didn't. Lorinov was just like farming, and they pretty much have about the same network, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of deaths on Lorinov recently has really set him back. He does now have that blink deso timing, but yeah, I mean, not the exact way you want to reveal it by a death. The TP's coming in the middle lane. They might want to take this fight here. Just he's just going to TP into the middle of everyone and immediately losing a large portion of his HP. Can't really do much here. He's just going to get run down by BZZ. Maybe on the backlines though. We'll look towards the Rubik, but the Rubik's absolutely fine. He's going to jump forward. Yules out onto the Weaver. PL coming in from the side as well, and that is just dead. Well, pure Pion as he tries to come into this one. Lorinov turns up and kind of immediately realizes just is not an engagement. It's just a little bit awkward. I mean,
still in there.
Oh my goodness, they're going deep for Locas here now as well. Getting that +1 kill. 3 hero is dead on the side of Nova. Unique, they are hitting their stride, and you know, you kept saying Nova, they've got these 3 carries, but I think this is kind of the point in the game where that's kind of coming to bite them back.
So we were talking about in the draft, or what I said in the draft was like between 12 minutes and 18 minutes, this is Nova's window to take over the game, right? And Lorinov needed to lead that charge. Now Lorinov got his blink and deso, and they were not able to get even a single kill with it in this game. Now this Phantom Lancer is the highest net worth, already has a Manta, and he's on his way to Diffusal Blade. He's got like 1,000 something gold left to pick it up. So once he gets his Diffusal, you have pretty much hit your critical mass on this Phantom Lancer. Essentially unkillable, and you can pretty much solo kill anybody on Nova's side.
Yeah, it's going to feel like an absolute beast. Meanwhile, Rubik gets seen here. Timer's interestingly used there by, oh no, sorry, the glimpse. But meanwhile, I mean, they're just going to immediately blow up the turret. He's just not going to be allowed to enter this fight. So trying to look for a target here. 19 getting low, but the save comes in from Fanscore just in time. Now they rip through Pion in the back lines. Fanscore will go down for his efforts, but saving the SF, totally worth it. And here comes Itrex. Here comes a big boy. Phantom Lancer, he is on top of this TA. They're going to drop the ultimate in an attempt to keep the PA alive, but they're controlling her up beautifully here. SF trying to come in, trying to find a way into this fight on the sideline as Rubik just baits them. Meanwhile, PL able to finish off the Ursa on the sidelines, and now they're looking for the big target. They're looking for the TA. She is going to get the kill onto the Shadow Fiend just before she goes down with the Meld Strike, but will get killed off, although has the Meld. There's they've got it. They've got it. The Scoochie on the Rubik. Make sure they get the kill, and they will be able to bring down that TA. Wow, what a fight. I mean, 4 heroes on the side of Nova, 3 dead on the side of Unique, but the PL just being the big boss in this fight and heading smoothly towards this Diffusal Blade. He is really, really close, and then we're going to have troubles.
He's got it. He's got it. 20 minutes, Diffusal Blade. This is so problematic for Nova. They got to get some key pickoffs here, try and maybe kill Rubik or Oracle, who are just playing by themselves, and then kind of take the fight from there. They can't really focus on this Phantom Lancer. They don't have the tools to deal with him at the moment, so they just got to get rid of the other heroes. And they can't stop fighting, by the way. They need to keep fighting. They can't, like, farm in this game. It's impossible for Nova to win this game through farm.
Yeah, this PL will just run them over if they let him do that. I like the side influence from him as well.
Right.
Going for the Abyssal is what he's got queued up. I mean, that just seems like the perfect next item. Yeah, you can just...
Sure.
kill it up. Is this Ursa just dead? He swapped the ultimate here. He's trying to get away, but he doesn't have any one charges. Doesn't have the Mango in inventory here. Zitrak's going to throw. Oh, nearly getting him finished off there with the Spirit Lance. But yeah, if only he'd gone for the talent. If only. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this Abyssal Blade is going to be the key factor in killing this pesky Weaver, especially.
Yeah, the
It's
Weaver's
like
the big one. The TAs. Oh my god, he just gets torn apart. I mean, to be fair, it's a support strength hero versus a Timbersaw. It never looks good, unfortunately for Justy, but they're going to try and throw out the Fortify here on the Radiant to keep this middle tier 2 tower alive, but I just don't think that's happening. Pyeon trying to get some pushing going on in the top lane, 19 pushing in that bottom lane as well, so I mean they've got 2 lanes pushing in currently for the side of Unique. Doesn't really look like there's a whole lot Nova can do about this right now, so just going to lose the tier tower. Meanwhile on the top, Weaver, oh, we did manage to get the Sakuchi off just before the Requiem went down. Meanwhile, in comes Lauren. They're trying to get the return kill. They've got the clumsy net, they've got the kill, they bring down 19. That's a big one. Meanwhile, Lucian, he's going to come through. He's got the dust. He's got the lift onto the TA. TA caught out of position here, and they're going to bring in the PL. Lorinov needs to find himself something here, so he's going to look for the return kill. Just get himself a cheeky exit kill instead, but will still die. Nice catch still from the Rubik, even if it does cost him his life.
You can definitely hear him say, "Bliat, I got trapped." You know, like when he stole from the Templar Assassin, because either the refraction or the meld would have definitely saved him in that position. So he's quite sad about that one, and that's why I think Shadowfiend also wrote outplayed in chat.
Cheeky. Yeah, I feel like we just need some good smokes on Nova. I mean, that's a way back into this one if they want to stand a chance. Some really good smokes, as you say, kill off everyone else except Zitrax, or somehow find a really strong initiation on Zitrax. But as you say, I mean, the initiation on him, I can see it.
That's the initiation.
Yeah, disrupt, overgrowth or disruptor. That's it, right?
All right. I mean, you can't even overgrowth. It's just gonna Manta into Doppelganger and just walk away.
Yeah, true.
Right. So Disrupt Out is the only real solution that you have here. So Zitrax gets out of the pit.
Here, and the overgrowth has been used, but Timbersaw, he's actually going to be saved. In comes the heal from the Oracle, but he's going to get picked up on the backlines anyway. Meanwhile, Glokir's running himself away, but the Illusions and Illusion himself run him down, and now Zitrax looks over towards space here. There is nothing to stop this Phantom Lancer at this point. The entry to this fight was just so awkward, dropping everything onto the Timbersaw, and you know, that's the extra thing as well. Even if you do get your combo off, even if you do get all these nice spells onto any hero, there's always going to be Oracle, and Vanscore's just been absolutely on point with his positioning to save anybody that's caught out by the combo of Nova.
And you know, Timber heals so much during that false promise. Just went straight to full health, came back into the fight, and then you see Zitrax just going for the backline as a good PO always should. Just go for the supports first, kill them off, and then the cores just sort of fall on their own after getting their mana burned. Very well played by Phantom Lancer. Now, if you guys are Phantom Lancer players at home, that's the best tip that any professional Phantom Lancer can give you, is just kill the supports. I see so many PLs always going for the cores. I don't understand why. It doesn't work, because at some point they lose all their mana, then your Diffusal does no more damage to the enemy, and your Illusions also don't do any damage to the enemy. Where supports, they only have like 1,000 something health, boom, they're dead, take them out of the fight, 4 skills gone per support, and then the cores sort of just die on their own after that.
Yeah, I remember a particularly potent game where we had a PL carry who just kept going on the DK. And I was like, bro, why are you going on the DK? And he was like, oh, I get lots of illusions. And I was like, well, can't argue with that. Meanwhile, PL, they've got it bashed up in the front lines here, but unfortunately they can't really follow up as he gets off the Doppelganger anyway. Meanwhile, the Weaver forced to use a time lapse really early, but he rams up right in front of 19. Has to run himself around the sides here. It's a bit of an awkward fight to start things off, but now they'll find themselves a target. The ultimate out onto PL. Can they bring him down? But even if they can, he's got the Aegis anyway, so he can just turn this one around as he jumps towards the backlines, kills off Justy. Now looks over towards that Ursa, gets the Ursa killed off, and now Locust still trying to run away. Zitrax doesn't even mind if he goes down here. He's still got that Aegis is on the side. Disruptor, he's gone. Lorinov tries to find some kind of entry to the backlines here, but doesn't even get anything. He just spent the fight. Yeah.
And now, nice.
Yeah. not bad. Unfortunately, I feel like they're just going to follow him all the way back into his base. Still has a couple of seconds left on the BKB. They should be okay, although BCC is not done. Probably should be, though. He's going to get back to his team. Unique, they lose nothing for this. Absolutely nothing. Pion, he made a long journey all the way out to the top lane and started pushing in this top wave, so all things looking pretty good.
He was in the bottom fight with like 1 HP. They ran all the way top. Oh my goodness. Just trying to make some kind of space, some kind of split push going so that they can slow this game down, hoping to get another opportunity, you know, to be able to just get some pickoffs or come back into this game. It's still, you know, their mindset is like, they really want to win this, right, for Nova. So they're trying to pull all the stops here with what they do have.
It's the idea, isn't it? Just find themselves. Oh, oh Jesus! No, he's not good at all. He is not good at all. Zetrax gonna find one, gonna find two on the front lines. They're trying to bring down BCC, but guess what? It's Banscore. He's in with the heals. False Promise comes out, and once again Nova. I mean, you can hear the voice chat, can't you? They're just like, please, one more fight. Just give us one more fight, one more chance to come back into this one. We don't want to lose our spot in this tournament, but unfortunately, every second just seems to be slipping away from them more and more and more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think there's much time left in this game for Nova, even.
Yep. It looks like this Phantom Lancer, like I said, just all it took was this Diffusal and Manta, right, in this game. They just keep fighting, and eventually they also got the Basher now, and you know, soon will be an Abyssal Blade, and things are not going to look better for Nova. They just can't seem to find the angle on unique supports. They positioned themselves very well, and the Rubik seems to have picked up Shikuchi in every single fight, so he's extremely elusive too. So
exactly, I mean, the key to this game, I think, was picking off this TA in the jungle as they just destroy just under his tier 4s. Those two ganks onto the TA, just slowing down her timings ever so slightly, like the Blink Daggers, the Desolators, the BKBs, you know, those items just came out a few more minutes, and then a few more minutes than they were supposed to. And that just stops Nova playing the game they want to play. You know, they have a very clear timing in this game. When the TA hits those targets, you go and you don't stop going. But they never really got going in this game. Nova didn't really have much of a chance to get into this one, and now Unique are taking their barracks.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
yep, and they can't do anything but sit there and watch. Meanwhile, Pion bottom lane, he's trying to annoy the Shadow Fiend just a little bit while still split pushing and hoping for the best. He's trying to make that Aghanims happen in this game. I'm not entirely sure what is the big like counter with it. I guess what they can do is like they can bait the TA, SF ults him, and then the Weaver just casts the Agh's time lapse on him, and maybe they can turn a fight around with that. But the problem is still comes down to this Phantom Lancer. They don't have any AoE on their team to deal with it.
Truth.
Honestly, this draft was genius by Unique, right? On the last pick, because they get the pick before Nova's last pick, they took the Shadow Fiend, right? If Nova had an SF in this game, it would have been perfect because it can deal with PL, you can kill his illusions, you can disable him with the fear. But because they took the Shadow Fiend themselves, Nova were not left with any better options that can deal with PL, but at the same time also have a good matchup against Shadow Fiend in the lane.
Yeah, and then they go for this TA, and as we saw, you know, she did do well in this lane, but unfortunately just there on out made herself a very obvious target for Unique to just hunt down time and time again. You know, this TA was the tempo setter, tempo controller, too much for Lauren to do in this game, and unfortunately she just got run down over and over again. Meanwhile, Ursa, yeah, as you see in the bottom lane, Space gets taken out by Zetrax. It's becoming a little bit unhandleable at this stage. Zetrax just so farmed here. He's going for the butterfly, has this Abyssal Blade finished off as we see on the Ursa. Yeah, not much left on the clock for Nova.
It never feels good picking a hero into something that already counters you, which is picking TA into the Phantom Lancer, because you need to pick it just to like survive your mid lane to begin. So Very unfortunate situation. And you see Lorinov, he's so scared to just jump into a fight because he knows that the Phantom Lancer illusions jump onto him. His refractions will be gone immediately.
And there you go. Lorinov tries to blow up the Rubik. Can't do it in time as he scooches himself away. Meanwhile, Justy gets jumped on by BZZ. They're trying to finish his job here. TA just can't find herself a target. A whole BKB duration gets wasted doing nothing. The time lapse comes out onto her, keeping her alive, but 19, he's on him like a flash and dropping down that Requiem, bringing down the Templar, Assassin, and the base along with it. The buyback comes out from the Treant, but what's it really going to do? I fear the answer is not a whole lot. They're hiding in their base right now. The Nature's Grasp not going to do much to slow down Unique as they take that tier 3 tower, move on to the barracks. I mean, where do you go? What do you do? What are the options? 60 seconds until this TA comes back into the game does not seem likely. But, you know, it is a tiebreaker. They want to hold on to the very end.
Yep, they still talking in their comms that there's a tier 2 tower up top. They can't get mega creeps here, so hang in there. Lorinov will be alive soon. Maybe we can get one more fight going. That's pretty much the top. You know, I've been in this situation many times. Especially at TI, where I'm about to be eliminated and we know there's no chance in hell, but you know, you want to stay alive. You want that like one glimmer, like 0.00001% chance. You know, you still want it.
You got to try. You got to keep on pushing, but there is
you guys still wait for that opportunity, you know? Like, maybe it might arise.
Who knows? I mean, never stop. I always appreciate it when a team doesn't stop fighting and always holds on to the bitter end. This bitter end is going to be extremely salty about those tournament lives looking to go.
Is Nova's cores just don't have the sufficient farm to be able to deal with these things, right? Their timing, during their timing, their window, they just weren't able to apply the pressure. So everything kind of just fell apart from there. Oh, they try to go from behind there.
On to 19. Maybe they can take him down. The Yours comes out to keep him alive a little bit longer, but Space is on top of it. But in comes the save once again from Vanskor, keeping the Shadow Fiend alive for a little bit longer. He's still going to be able to quit this fight. But now they jump forward, but they're on top of the TA. Or is TA on top of them? She's still going to be able to back herself out, but BKB is out of duration. 19 does go down, but does buy back into this one. Meanwhile, they lose their Disrupt. The damage coming down onto BTZ. Lorinov needs a little bit more blinking forwards, trying to finish the job there. Can't seem to do so. And in comes a Timbersaw and just rips through Lorinov and Space as a Phantom Lancer. He turns up to this fight and just starts smacking and spearing and beating and taking Nova out of the whole goddamn tournament. Unique will take the game. The GGs come out. Game will go to Unique. They will be the ones going through in the CIS Division 2 playoffs.